And hello everyone, welcome to Wasatch High School. It's Wasatch High School girls basketball. The Wasps host the #1 Region 9 Springville Red Devils in a big region battle. Brent Martindale with Corey Lang, and Coach Corey, Springville, pretty good team this year.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nobody better to beat, in this region for sure. 7-0 in region. They're a tough team, very formidable, and they've got every tool in the box to go deep this year.
Springville, as we mentioned, 7-0 in the tough Region 9. Some close games, but most of the time, and right there you can see they are right on cue.
They handled that press from Wasatch like a clinic, so easily broken. Right places, right time.
And that's a press that causes a lot of teams problems.
Yeah, we've seen Wasatch's press really give people fits. And
that was Katy Durfee with the bucket and like 3 or 4 passes and score. So
you can tell they were well prepared and ready for that right from the tip.
These two teams did meet earlier in the season. Springville beat Wasatch, of course, as they are undefeated. There's a steal immediately by Ellie Esplin, and she'll go the distance. And just like that, Springville up 4-0 in the first minute. Here comes Wasatch. They're going to come down quickly.
Not enough movement and screens, and you can't put your guard out there on an island like that and just expect on a tough defender to hold her off forever.
And there they are trying to get it into Ashley Garner. She gets it and almost gets the offensive board after the shot. They're going to try and get it into her one more time.
Yeah, I think if Wasatch does have any advantage in this game, it's going to be the interior play. The Wasatch post play, I feel, is bigger and a little better.
And that's quite possible.
Can they get it in, though? Springville's defense is really good, and they know where they need to pick it up in that area. And so they played well team D post.
There's that play right there. That's a quick foul. Kiara Seri gets the ball in quickly to Ashley Garner, and she goes up. Great move. Gets fouled.
Yeah, and if they play single coverage down there in the post, that'd be my game plan. Just feed it in there as long as you can, and make them start collapsing in or double down in. But Garner was able to get the low position she wanted right from the start, from the very first touch. And if they keep giving that up, just keep feeding her. And then when they start collapsing, then you're going to hit the open outlet.
Second shot is good for the first point of the night for Wasatch. And here comes Springville quickly.
Off to the races.
Yeah. That's #2, Brooke Pennington, and she hits the shot. Right now, Springville is 3 for 3 from the floor.
They got to find a way to slow them down.
Sari's going to drive and puts it in. Right side off the glass, Kiara Sari.
That was a great shot, great touch. But if you give up quick shots on this end, it's not going to do. You can't get into a shootout with Springville.
And there's the first miss of the night for Springville. 6-3 is the score for Springville. Kiara Sari leading the Wasps in points per game with about 9 points a game. And young Ashley Garner, the sophomore, 6 points per game. Wasatch, of course, as we mentioned earlier this week in the other game, unfortunately without one of their top guards from an injury, and there's a travel violation. Second turnover of the night for Wasatch. Young Liz Houston, one of their junior guards, was injured last week.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah. They were doing a team bonding, snow sledding, and just unfortunately hit the bump that she didn't realize and was injured. And we wish her well. She's with the team on the bench, and the team definitely misses her. But last Tuesday, the team had several guards come in off the bench that hadn't gotten a lot of time, and did a great job in a big victory over Provo on Tuesday night.
I mean, if there's any silver lining in an injury, it provides an opportunity for somebody else to step up. And
the heavy guard play from Springville.
That's taken Wasatch some time to get something set. I mean, just to get the players in the right spot, but
right,
handling it okay. And I like that they are focused on doing that, though. They're getting to the right spot instead of some teams will break down right then. We're not in it, or then somebody will just go or
just try to maybe panic.
Yeah. So
here comes Springville. Esplin comes down quickly. Their top scorer, Esplin, is 13 points a game, and that shot by number 2 Pennington.
A great block out by both Kiara and Cicely Clark.
Pennington and Esplin, the 2 top guards, both juniors. This Region 9 is sad to say. Both leading the Red Devils, 13 points a game for Esplin and 11 points a game for Pennington. There's Grace Wonder drives, almost looked like she's going baseline. Kiara Sarah's going to do a spin, and they're going to call another travel on her. Corey, what do you think of that? Possible?
It's it's possible. I'd have to see it again. I wasn't watching her feet much. I was watching a couple other things. I was looking at the perimeter defense, the denial defense by number 10, Kayla Perret, on Kinsey Schultz. No matter where Kinsey was going on the floor, she was just denying and face guarding, not letting her get the ball back. And
there's some high pressure from Wasatch. Almost causes a turnover. Checking into the game a moment ago for Wasatch is Ava Pulsifer and Kenna Gardner. Kenna, older sister of Ashley Garner. Here's a 3-point attempt. That is down the pipe. Good. That is Kayla Perret, their 3rd leading scorer at 10 points a game. Springville also leading the region in 47 points. That's going to be a travel. 47 points per game is Springville averaging. Ashley Garner will check back in for Ava Pulsifer. And for the Red Devils, Maddie Galbraith, a junior guard, will check in.
Yeah, you say 47 points per game average. You take 3 of those players, and there's 35.
Right.
30 or more. Yeah, it's a bulk of it is those 3 star players that are just great shooters, great ballers. And Wasatch has been going into a zone here to start the game, which can help eliminate some shooters, especially if it's 3 people carrying. You can kind of play team D on those people and make somebody else beat you. But
shot by Esplin.
What I've seen is Springville's done a really good job getting past that first layer of pressure on that zone. And if they can do that, whether it's drive penetration or pass penetration with that ball, it's going to open up too many shots. You can't let them just get by you like that.
Elizabeth Anthony in another travel call. Wow, it almost looks like they're looking for the travels. She was getting her arms bonked a little bit.
I would have liked to have seen a jump ball. If anything, they both had their hands on the ball, and she did take the steps, but I felt like it was because the ball was held.
Also checking in for Wasatch just a moment ago, Katy Perry. Katy has done last couple of games, done a great job on the boards and defensively for Wasatch, and hit a big bucket the other night against Provo right at the right time when Provo was doing a little run.
She had a really good game coming off the bench.
Shot by Mouser was just off. Springville gets their own offensive board. Wasatch definitely putting high pressure, looks like, Corey. And another shot. Wow, another shot by Esplin.
And that's the penetration I'm talking about. Like, they're putting the pressure out, they're getting it out, but Springville's had too easy of a time just getting past that first layer, and then it's an open shot.
That'll be Esplin's first bucket of the night. And that'll be a 30-second timeout for Wasatch. Coach Hull's going to take a minute, actually a half a minute, going to talk to her team. While we're doing this, we'll just want to thank our sponsors for Stingtv. We're grateful for all the support that not only they give us here at Stingtv, but as well to the school as a whole in the entire athletic department. And on the screen this timeout sponsored by Labrum Chevrolet, Buick and Ford right here in Heber City. And that's only saying the half of it. Labrum has been absolutely fantastic to this community, to the high school students and faculty. So back to the action here. Wasatch right in front of their own bench and having a hard time getting that ball in play. And Kenna Garner actually just shot at the wrong basket. A little confusion there. And ball knocked out of bounds. And the ball will go to Springville. Springville up 11-3 here with 1:27 left, and the clock is not going. Yeah, they caught the fact that the clock was not going. I actually think it was going, but we learned earlier last year that there's a wireless sometimes disconnection with that board, and it was sitting at 1:27 for 4 or 5, 6 seconds, and the ref caught it. But then as soon as he blew the whistle, that clock changed to 1:18. So I'm thinking it was a wireless issue again. That, I believe, is the first turnover for Springville tonight. And we're almost through the first quarter. So here comes Wasatch with a chance to bring it down and get a step closer to this super tough Springville squad. And there is a near steal, again by Ellie Esplin, who already has a couple of steals and a bucket. I'm pretty sure the stat board on the wall is wrong. I'm pretty sure she has 4 points. 53 seconds left here in this first quarter, and they're going to get it down to Ashley Garner. She's going to take a hard step left and scores. Ashley Garner, each week, that post move looks a little better, and that time looked strong. 5-11, that's exactly what Wasatch needed. At this point, need one more stop. 23 seconds left here. Springville looks like most definitely going to wait for a last shot. Corey, how big is this defensive stand, even though we're only in the first quarter?
It's really big. I mean, if you can, because if they get this, it says a lot of things. You know, it's going to put a lot of confidence. It's got to get
3-point attempt.
Especially something like that, like the discipline, the clock management, holding, like it shows. If you're Springville, it shows you're in control of this game.
Yeah. Yeah, they made that
your game.
look easy.
Right from the tip, from handling the press to the last shot in the quarter, hitting that three in the corner. I mean, they pulled it out. They waited. They got to the clock where they wanted it. Ran the play, got the shot they wanted, and nailed it.
And it wasn't that Wasatch wasn't playing tough defense.
Yeah.
It was just that one moment where one opening. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
And what you were saying, they were just patient enough.
And that happens. You see that all the time in everything. But sports, you can have a really good team, a good player, a good athlete, and then sometimes you just meet somebody that's better. So Springville looks really good. And at 7-0 in the region, you try to do the things that you can to limit them and to get them to play the game that you want them to. But sometimes at the end of the day, you played somebody really good.
Yes. That was Katy Perry, junior guard. Unbelievable. Their 3 top scorers are all juniors, which means they'll be around to haunt this Region 9 for another year. That was Katy Perry with the 3-pointer.
As a fan, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love to see good basketball. And if you're an opponent somewhere in the region, you're wishing it couldn't come quick enough for them to graduate and move on and give yourself a shot.
Springville will start off at half court. And here we go in the second quarter. Instead of that being, even if they had just held them to that, they would only been down 6. Instead, they're now down 9.
And that's why I thought it was a really big possession.
Momentum. Yeah.
Yep.
They get the ball
the
down
ball
low
movement
and
is
kick
just
it back out. Yeah, they're just with that.
They're finding the gaps, they're finding the seams, hitting those spots, and then they drive and they're passing to those. It's Wasatch doing a good job of staying in front of them right on this possession and communicating. I see a lot of talking as I say that. They leave ball.
Yeah, shot by Rye Briggs just off the backboard and front rim. And Wasatch will take over. Back checking into the game for Wasatch during
We got a double
in between.
They got to communicate that.
Ashley Garner once up again.
Nice.
Garner off the board for 2.
Yeah, if they could do that and replicate that, they'll be sitting all right. And then just play the tough defense. And
Garner with 5 points, 5 of the 7 points for Wasatch.
see how she just
Beautiful. That's
drove
Pennington.
right past her like she was standing still.
Just one little hesitation.
You got to do something to stay in front of her. Maybe you take a step back, 2 steps back, whatever you do, but you can't give up that drive.
That was Brooke Pennington with that soft little 5-foot shot. Nothing but net. And it's 16-7. Wasatch fighting down below. And you were talking about that battle underneath. And that shot by Schultz just off the front rim. And it's going to stay with Wasatch. Checking the end of the game for Wasatch is Elizabeth Anthony. On the floor is Wonder, Anthony Schultz, Garner, and Sari. And there's Wonder's going to do a little fake, little shot off the front rim, no good. Springville comes down quickly.
I would love to see her. That whole side of the rim and that side of the hoop was open. The players had overloaded. I would love to have seen her just drive, attack the rim. Just go right to it.
That'll be second turnover of the night for Springville, I believe. That was a travel, Ashley Mouser. And the refs definitely calling a lot of travels tonight.
Yeah. It's not the night to try to get away with that. And here's some full court man-man pressure from Springville.
Little Cicely Clark saying, you don't bother me. Brings the ball down and gets fouled by Brooke Pennington. First personal foul for Brooke Pennington.
And not a lot of foul calls, though.
Yeah.
That's only the second of the game.
Anthony's going to drive, takes a little shot, and another travel call. Holy smokes.
Yep.
That's at least the 4th one for Wasatch, if not more. And add another one for Springville. And we still got 5:40 left in the first half. Looking at some of the games Springville, the Red Devils have played this last week. Of course, they've won all their games in region. The closest anybody has been was Maple Mountain. At Maple Mountain, there's an offensive board
inside,
by Katie Durfee. There's a 3-point attempt. Good.
And that comes off of
Ellie Esplin.
That comes off of that offensive rebound and extra possession. Like, you got to eliminate those if you're Wasatch. You can't play really good D and then give up the ball. And
Springville most definitely playing a super aggressive full court press there, and that's going to end up in another foul. That'll be the 3rd team foul. Back into the game for Wasatch. It's Katy Perry and Ava Pulsifer. Ashley Garner and Elizabeth Anthony will step off. And there we got the touchdown throw, and it looks like that's going to go out of bounds. So being that it wasn't touched, it will stay down on the Springville end of the floor. So I just saw something there, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
The ball went down. The guard, Esplin, was in front of, I believe it was Cicely Clark. And Esplin actually guarded her from getting the ball. Is that legal?
Depends on how you do it.
I mean, she wasn't even high. Her arm was out and everything. I wish we had a replay on that. And there's a steal by Perret. Wasatch gets back quickly to stop that looked like, but back quickly to stop that fast break. Wasatch definitely can do that. They have the quickness. That ball movement once again. There's Esplin with the 3-pointer again.
And like a good quarterback, they're making all their reads, all their check downs, finding the next one.
Esplin gets the steal. They just know immediately where to look, don't they? That shot by Pennington off 2 rims. And that's going to be a travel. Amazing. Ellie Esplin just in the middle of everything. I mean, Esplin was on the far side of the court for that on the floor, and then she's on this side of the court on the floor. Unbelievable. Wasatch just keeping their wits about them right now, down 7-22, 3:50 left here in the first half, desperately needing a score.
Yeah, and the first time they played, Wasatch did a great job that they were able to keep it pretty close in the first half. They were right there within striking distance, and tonight they've dug themselves a hole here. Well, Springville's dug them a good hole.
Yes.
Put them in it.
Oh, that'll be a foul charge to Kenna Garner. And Maddie Galbraith will shoot too, but it looks like before that, Coach Audrey Hull for Wasatch is going to take a 30-second timeout. So during this timeout, we have a chance to once again recognize Labrum Ford, Chevrolet Buick, and Corey, we mentioned before the fabulous things that Labrum does for this community and this high school.
Yeah, they are so generous with their resources, time. I mean, they do so much anyway for the school and the athletics, and then to be able to donate and to help Stingtv as well on top of that is like, we can't be thankful enough. But
well, and for those listeners that may not know, Labrum has donated,
I think it's 11
cars. So
that's 11 years in a row now.
And I think that's mostly to the students, but then also to teachers.
That's right. That's not even, I think it's been 11 cars to students.
I think you're right.
And then the last few years, they've been doing one for a teacher as well.
And listeners thinking, what, a car? Yeah, they donate a car. And then how Wasatch divvies those out is a program that they call Cool to Care, the high school program that rewards students for doing nice things, great things, whether it be showing their manners or working extra hard. Teachers are instructed to hand out those cards. And then at the end of the year, they have a drawing. And it is a fun time. Sometime on Stingtv, you can go to the archive. Cicely Clark with a great drive to the left side, and she gets fouled.
And I love to see that, especially in a young player like that. You've been in a drought, you just put the team on your back, and you create something. You make it happen.
And even maybe more importantly, finally got Esplin a foul charge to her.
Yeah. And I've said good scorers can shoot, but great scorers get to the free throw line. And
I am almost positive that that's her second foul. It shows on the board first. So I could be wrong, but we'll check that. Both free throws missed by Clark. And here comes Esplin once again. She always ends up with the ball, and she's
leading the pack, but yet still surveying behind her.
3-point attempt.
Where's the team coming? Where's the pressure coming? Where's my outlets?
Taylor Perret, another 3-pointer. Perret leading Springville right now with 9 points. She averages 10 in the season. So Perret already lighting up. There's a pass down low to Kenna Garner. Almost goes in, off the shot, and once again Esplin ends up with the ball and comes down quickly. Perret does a head fake, gets it out to Esplin. There's a wide open 3 for Pennington, just off the mark. And the rebound will go to Wasatch. 26-7. Wasatch has yet to score here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's been a long minute here since they've put the ball through the hoop.
Another turnover. They were trying really hard to get it into Ashley Garner. Part of me wishes, Corey, I wish some of those guards, I mean, they're falling on Garner and Kiara Sari, and it just seems like they could take some more shots from the outside. See if that will work a little bit to at least draw them off.
Yeah, you gotta change something, do something different to get different results.
Brooke Pennington, beautiful drive off the left side, off the glass. And Springville's going to call a 30-second timeout, 28-7. And Springville showing their muscle at the moment, firing on all pistons, and just about right on track. They are almost at half of their season average of 47 points a game. But Coach Corey, in the Wasatch timeout, what do you tell your team right now?
Sometimes in a situation like this, you're trying to go back to your playbook and find, a quick hitter or something that has got you a lot of success in the past. You just want them to see the ball go through the rim, have success in one moment, and reaffirm what you want to do on defense. But I would suspect that's what she's telling them. Don't look at the score. Let's finish this minute and 46 seconds. If we can beat them in this, then we can build on that. But give them a quick hit play that gives you success, and hopefully they can see that ball go through and put together even a back-to-back run. It would be huge in the last minute and a half.
Wasatch taking the ball out full length of the court. There's a foul charge to Springville. Esplin somehow ended up with it again, but I think it will be
on Kayla. I believe that time is who they're going to call it on.
So look at that assortment of fouls on Springville.
Yeah, 5 team fouls.
5 different girls. Yep.
Yeah, all 5 are different people.
Yep. Wasatch 1:42 left. Desperately again needing a basket or 2 or 3 here in the last minute and a half. And they are fighting to get the ball down. They get it down to, and it's just out of the reach of
It's taking too much time to get set, to run it. The timing is all off on. I like that they're executing and they're setting it up and they're trying to go through their play. But because the timing's off, Sicily's having to hold it on the side for a long time.
Basket good by Katy Durfee.
That's a great left
Once
hand.
again, just beautiful ball handling. The passing.
Yeah, great
It's
finish.
like the ball never touched the ground almost. And once again, Wasatch seeing heavy full court pressure, man pressure, and just kind of not knowing what to do. This is exactly what Springville does to teams, it looks like. It looks like they just know how to frustrate you. There's Kiara Sari.
There you go.
Little spin move right in the hoop.
Now you get a defensive stop for another score, and you won that last 146.
There's the full court pressure by Wasatch, and that's a block shot by Kiara Sari, and Wasatch will end up with the ball. 22 seconds. Wasatch almost looking like they're tired coming down the court.
Yeah, they do. They look a little gassed.
Grace Wonder thought about taking that little 12-foot jumper. Down to 5 seconds, 3 seconds. There's a shot by Wonder just off the front of the rim, and no good. So Wasatch gets their first bucket of the second quarter, but Springville doubles their score. So 30-9 will be your halftime score. Springville, the visiting first place Region 9 Springville Red Devils, showing their strength. So we'll let you watch here in just a few minutes the cheerleaders. But here, Corey, this last minute or two, talk just a little about, you mentioned a minute ago their strengths. How do you summarize the strength of Springville?
Just relentless. I wouldn't say it's like a wave, the surf, the tide that comes and goes. It's more like a current, like a river. It's just constant. It's always hitting you, and like you said, it's it looks to be wearing Wasatch down, if not physically, for sure mentally. They're frustrated. They're not seeing the score. They're not getting buckets, and this pressure, the offense and the defense from Springville just keeps coming and coming, and you've got to be pretty mentally strong to be able to withhold and keep fighting through that.
You mentioned just a minute ago about Wasatch. So we'll talk just a little bit more at the end of this half. Thanks for joining us here. We'll let you watch the cheerleaders. Thanks for joining us here on Stingtv.
Thank you, cheerleaders. That was fantastic. Thank you, cheerleaders, for all your support on these sports here at Wasatch High. And we're glad to recognize you for many hours. Great job on your performance.
Welcome back here to the second half. Wasatch High School. Wasatch girls basketball down 9-30 over a fearsome, completely efficient Springville Red Devils team. First place in Region 9. Springville comes down quickly. They got that, Wasatch got that look down low with Ashley Garner, and it just popped off. Springville being led by fabulous guard play. The three of their guards leading the team in scoring. Springville also 7th overall in the 5A right now. And I would imagine there's another three-point attempt down the pipe.
Well executed. Very well executed against that zone. You get that person in the middle, the ball in the middle. Like, if you get the ball in the middle on a zone, everything collapses, and then you just kick.
What's amazing to me, Corey, is it's like they don't even dribble that much.
Yeah, they get to the right spots. It's position.
Wasatch seemingly looks like they're against a monster. And you know, that's just a common sports psychology thing. It's like, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you see a pussycat or do you see a tiger?
Yeah, they got punched in the mouth early and just they don't have that aggressive, intimidating anything.
This time, Ashley Mouser. That's the first bucket of the night from Mouser. 6 different players for Springville scored, even though the top 3 scorers are their guards, but getting exceptional play right now from everyone, basically. The touch ball. Here's
good little head fake.
Yep, little head fake, but another steal by Esplin.
Yeah, it's too slow.
Gonna get it to Pennington. Pennington still goes in, just off the front rim. Another offensive board.
Watch him spread the floor and stick someone right there at the high. The spacing is what's killing it. The positions on the floor and the spacing, keeping that defense spread.
Shot by Pennington.
Yeah, and then you just send a body through the gap, and they do a good job of hitting those.
37-9. Wasatch fighting to get into Ashley Garner.
Yeah, she worked great right from the start. I love that possession right there from Ashley Garner, getting right under the rim, spinning back to her position, demanding the ball, and then when she got it, she knew exactly what she was going to do, as opposed to the last one with Kiara at the top of the key. It was a head fake and a drive slow, but this was very deliberate. Catch, spin, shoot.
Garner misses the shot, but Wasatch with the offensive board. So they will reset. 37-11. And Wasatch right now probably not caring about the score. They just got to get some momentum. There's another Ashley Garner.
Yeah, she's catching that and looking right at the rim. I like that. They needed that.
Garner playing monster against this #1 Springville team. 9 points for Garner. Got the first shot, missed it, got her own offensive board. And like you said, it's like you get her in there, that's a mismatch size-wise.
Yeah. And they could have that
Pennington,
the whole game.
Beautiful little fake there shot. That looked like it was going in.
And Wasatch has 3 or 4 girls with that size, and so they could rotate through and go high-low. And
Schultz drives, takes the little shot, 7-foot offensive board by Anthony. She comes around the right side.
What I don't like about that, though, is Ashley Gardner just had 2 great successful takes from in the low post, and then you brought her up for a ball screen. I know she's supposed to be rolling off,
right?
But you're putting the ball in your guard with heavy pressure coming away from her and trying to make a play through the defense to do it.
Gotcha.
Just go right to what was working. Don't change anything unless they make you change it.
And then, like you said, they'll drop off of Garner.
Yeah.
They're leaving somebody open outside.
They'll start to double down.
I do like how she went to drive to shoot. I wish they had shot a little bit more last half, but
yeah.
Anthony misses the first free throw.
Yeah, it appeared they actually gave up shots on the perimeter.
Yes.
Looking too much for that inside.
Okay.
I mean, so to me, I think that was definitely a game plan going into this by Wasatch.
Okay.
Inside, which I like. But sometimes if a defense is going to give you an open lookout, take it. You got to make them pay for that too.
And that's a rare turnover by Springville. Wasatch will take over. Wasatch at the moment matching almost basket for basket here in the third quarter. And we're going to have a timeout by Springville. Coach Holly Averett will be wanting to talk to her team just a little bit. She must notice that Wasatch doing something that she wants to see if she can heal. So
yeah, great coaching moment.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation on the scoreboard, every opportunity that you can coach, you take it.
So as the teams come out of the timeout here, Wasatch 13, Springville 37. And as we thought, Springville, just a machine. They just like they're
very well
all the parts moving smoothly. And as we mentioned, Corey and I were talking at the half, Springville at the moment doesn't have a girl over 5'9" on the floor. Wasatch, of course, has 2 6'1s. And what Corey was mentioning earlier, it seems like that would be what you're trying to exploit just a little bit. Wasatch still looking patient. Grace Wonder looking down low, sees Cicely Clark open, but has her shot blocked by Maddie Galbraith.
I do like the effort, the execution that Wasatch is trying to stick, to their game plan and be disciplined that way. I like to see that in them.
Comes Cicely Clark.
Yeah.
And they're going to get...
I was going to say, you got to call something. 2 players go down, and it did affect the shot. You got to... I thought he was just going to put the whistle away for a while.
Down on the
second.
Springville end, it looked like Kiara Sari had a block shot on number 20, Maddie Galbraith. And speedy Cicely Clark came down quickly and hits the first free throw.
Now, if you can see on your screen there, a lot of the girls have different wristbands, tape on, of different colors. Tonight is Cancer Awareness. They're all wearing socks and tape reflecting the different cancer colors, depending on what it means to them and who they know.
And I like that. The Cancer Awareness, the pink, where pink is so great, has been a great organization over the years. This one is an organization right here in Heber that does, as you mentioned, recognize multiple forms of cancer and has been a very successful, absolutely beautiful work again by Springville.
Yeah, nobody trying to beat anybody off the dribble. It's just getting to the spots, cutting to the gaps.
I believe that was Katy Perry that finally ended up 4 different girls touched the ball. Cicely Clark with a three-pointer, no good. And that will go to Springville. I kind of like that little off a screen look of a three-pointer.
And that's what you're taught as a guard. If your ball screen comes up and the defender goes under the screen, shoot it. Make them pay for that. Make them fight over the top, and then you can start taking it. But it was the right read.
Springville takes over 39-15 lead. And they do get down low. There's a three-point attempt in the bucket by number 10, Kayla Perret.
They're overloading that side and sticking a body, cutting it right to the short corner. Wasatch hasn't adjusted. They're keeping a defender on this side, guarding nobody. You got to do something to overload your defense as well.
Well, and none of the scores from Springville would be a surprise, except right now Kayla Perret putting on a clinic. She has 17 points. There's a shot by Anthony just off the back rim, and here comes Springville, and they will come back. Wasatch getting down quickly once again. And there's some more fancy ball passing, and this time a steal by Anthony.
Yeah, good anticipation by Liz Anthony to step in between that.
Clark thought about that three-pointer. She's going to drive to the middle and go up. Cicely Clark just off the rim, but here comes Springville, and they have numbers. 3-on-2, the beautiful pass down low.
Beautiful bounce pass, yeah, on that transition.
And just off the mark by Maddie Galbraith. And Wasatch survives that last fast break. Again, an opportunity, 42-15. That was a rare miss by the Red Devils. This time, Clark kicks it out. There's a shot by Anthony, just off the rim. And once again, Springville has numbers, but they will pull back. Ava Pulsifer knocks the ball out, goes out of bounds. 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. Kiara Seri checks in. Ava Pulsifer comes out. So once again, you got height, but boy, it's just a matter of managing the guards, isn't it?
Yeah, Springville's done a good job of putting the pressure on the guards, so it's not easy for Wasatch to see that and to get that entry pass.
Down to 20 seconds on the clock. We've talked about this a little bit as the clock goes down to 10 seconds now. Next year, high school basketball will have a shot clock.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm happy for it.
Correa,
again,
absolutely on fire.
At the end of the first quarter there.
Unbelievable. And Corey, not just the shot, but right as time is
execution, the timing. Yeah, they had that down.
Wow, you would think at this point somebody's going to get on Perret.
Yeah, she's having a night.
Kayla Perret, 20 points in 3 quarters.
20 out of the 45, yeah.
And again, her season average is 10 points per game, which is so respectable. But right now, exceeding expectations. So we're going to take a break here on this timeout between quarters. As we do, take a look at our sponsors. Thanks for joining us here on Stingtv. Welcome back to Wasatch. One more quarter left. Wasatch with a little bit of work to do. Number 1 in Region 9, Springville, putting on a clinic, 45-15. This is the largest lead of the night, 30-point lead for the Red Devils. Springville, so impressive. Very, very few turnovers and high percentage. There's another three-pointer. Junior Ellie Esplin.
It's pick your poison.
Yeah.
They can all shoot and they all look well, and just they get the spots. I feel like I'm on repeat tonight.
Yeah, that's just very impressive.
Get to the right spots, share the ball, and then knock
Clark
it down.
with the drive and gets the foul. Sorry to talk over you there.
I love her game. Just like I said, they'll hit a shot. She'll sometimes just put them on her back. I'm gonna go get a bucket, and she'll. Some people think that's selfish sometimes, but sometimes you have to be.
Well,
you've got to do that sometimes to break a drought and to lift your team.
Clark hits the first. Checking into the game for Springville is number 3, Emery Cardoza. I believe it's her first time in the game tonight. Clark hits the second also. 4 points on the night for freshman Cicely Clark. And Wasatch looks to me turning up the energy just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I see a little bit more pep in them and a little bit more step, a little more energy.
Springville gets it down at the top of the key.
And because of that, you're making it a little bit more uncomfortable. They can't sit and read and get to those spots. They're worried about the defense, the hand coming to take that ball away.
Shot by Galbraith was off the front rim. Wasatch comes down. 48-17. Clark leading up at the top, and there's a pass down to, and just right at the moment it was thrown.
Yeah, she just vacated the spot.
Juke instead of a, yeah. There's a beautiful pass by the Devils. They keep swinging it around quickly. Once again, that's just a give and go play. They just tried it again. The same exact play. That time Galbraith hits it off the rim, off the backboard.
Interesting, and I've watched it now several times, so it's not just that one time, but Wasatch goes into that zone. Springville makes the pass, and then they cut, and nobody's taking the cutter. It's almost like, oh, I'm playing my zone, I'm going to stay up on top, but nobody's accounting for that cutter, and they get it and put it right back up.
It's down on the offensive end for Wasatch. The shot went up by Wonder. Maybe it was Anthony. Sari got the rebound, went up and was blocked down on the Springville end. Again, it was Esplin took the shot, and it looked like a foul on the block out. Is that what that was? Esplin, wow, missed a shot. Misses the first free throw.
That must have been on the shot. She's getting 2, but
that was Wasatch's first foul of the second half.
Which tells me they just haven't played aggressive enough. You're down like that. You should have them in the bonus because you got to be taking chances that you normally wouldn't. You got to be in their face and making them uncomfortable. Sometimes just getting a little bit chippy, let them know you're there.
Right. Esplin misses both free throws. Actually shows she's human. Kiara Sari with a little pump fake and drive and gets fouled on the shot, so she will get free throws.
She's good at that. She likes that.
Kiara Sari with 4 points for Wasatch tonight. And once again, as we mentioned, Wasatch, as Sari misses the first. Springville bringing in some players off the bench, looks like for the first time. 23, Mikkel Levitt. 21, Millie Thompson, with 5 minutes left here in the game, nursing a big lead. Both shots by Sari just in and out. But Wasatch Grace Wonder comes up with the rebound. Wonder dribbles, trying to get it into Garner, and she does, and Garner puts it in. Grace Wonder with the assist to Ashley Garner. Garner leading Wasatch 11 points. And looked like it might be a steal, but instead looks like they're going to give that foul to, Anthony. I'm pretty sure that is not who the foul was on, but I could be wrong. We'll have to watch it in the tape. Springville takes over 50-19. There's the shot just off the mark. Grace Wonder battles for the rebound, knocks it out of bounds.
I like that fight about Grace. She's a fighter, a very aggressive competitor.
That
amongst
shot,
2 defenders there, she's going to try to make that play. And
that shot by Springville's number 5, Sammy Stepp. There's a spin move just off the mark.
See, that should never happen. They have 3 Springville offensive players on that baseline, 1 in the corner, 1 setting the screen away. You have 4 defenders. Like, you have an extra man. They shouldn't be able to get it in that easy. Again,
Levitt. Yeah.
Just too easy.
You're getting the ball into Levitt. Again, Levitt just coming out the bench. There's a shot off the mark. Kiara Sari's going to get the rebound, and then she's going to get fouled by number 3, Emery Cardosa. So that'll be the 6th team foul for Springville. If there was any bit of a little silver lining at this moment for Wasatch. The lead is 31 for Springville. Just an absolute clinic tonight. Garner tries to get it into Sari. Garner almost ended up with it. And Springville will end up with it, and here they come.
Now Wasatch needs to start that screen from the big of the big before the ball goes to the wing to get that timing a little bit better. If the ball comes to the wing and she's just coming off the screen at the same time, that's an easy entry pass.
Beautiful play there. 23, Mikkel Levitt with the pass from Maddie Galbraith. No, sorry, not Galbraith. I believe that was 23.
Yeah, it's a lot of smiles, all smiles for Springville right now.
Pass was by Emery Cardosa, and Wasatch is going to take a timeout. Yeah, they're just, right now, there isn't a starter on the floor for Springville, and they're still doing the same thing. Just very impressive coaching. And
yeah, that shows a good program, when you can plug anybody in from any grade level even, and they can pick right up and fit in.
Wasatch struggling. There's just no getting around it. Right now, they're struggling. You know what? Let's just, I would think, when I was coaching volleyball, again, I've done this before, sometimes you're just meeting a team that everything's clicking. I mean, Wasatch definitely has not lost games like this year. So you have to give so much credit to Springville. And there were times that happened in volleyball, too. You just meet a team that all you can do is go back to basics, and let's just do this like you were saying earlier. This step, this step, this step, and just try to get something going.
Don't let this game define you or your style or anything. You don't need to throw away the book,
right,
and start over. It just happens sometimes. And
on the floor for Wasatch coming out of the timeout. 3:53 left. On the floor for Wasatch, Grace Wonder, Cicely Clark, Ava Pulsifer, Kenna Garner, and Taylor Tushchin. 3:50 left here in the game. 52-19 is the score. Wasatch. Ava Pulsifer shot just off the mark. And looks like there'll be a foul charge, a little bump behind from the back.
I like how hard they're playing, though. Wasatch is playing really hard, getting their spots, still sticking with it. Nobody's hanging their heads.
Foul charge to Emery Cardoza. And Kenna Garner will get a 1-on-1. Garner misses the first, and Springville comes down with it. And a little turnover, so Wasatch will get another shot.
And some of that comes from Taylor Tushchin, just staying back, playing a little pressure, putting a little pressure on it, and making her uncomfortable enough that she wants to get rid of the ball.
Looking up next, we have 3:30 left here in this game. Up next for Wasatch, and that will be a 5-second call against Wasatch. So Springville will get it back.
And that's right in front of your bench, right with your coaching staff. That's everybody's fault.
That's tough. Springville, again, as we mentioned, not a starter on the floor. And still some of them juniors.
And Grace. Yeah, I was going to say Grace. Great defense, putting the pressure almost to get a 5 count on that.
Yeah, I think Springville coach Holly Averett noticed that.
Yeah.
Bailed her out with a timeout. So, timeout call. Again, 52-19. And Coach Corey, what can you say? Springville looking good. And looking down the road for Springville, their schedule, they are looking really, really strong in the Region 9 right now. As we mentioned, Springville's ranked 7th. Now, that's not the RPI. That is in the max preps. The RPI could be one way or the other.
Yeah, from what I've noticed throughout the year, they've been very close.
Okay.
I've checked both of them, compared them. They're very, very close. They're similar, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're right in that.
Right in that area. Only 2 games left after tonight for all the teams. Springville will be at home against Maple Mountain, who's currently third in the Region 9.
And that could be a good game.
Oh, second. Sorry, Maple's the second place team. 6-1. That'll be a great game.
Yep.
Yeah. Wasatch, on the other hand, will be home against Spanish Fork, and then they will go to Maple Mountain the following Friday. 3 minutes left here in this game, and there's great fight. Grace Wonder not giving up. She is jumping in. There's a jump ball. And there's a lot you can learn, right, Corey?
Yeah, Grace is such a competitor. I love to see that. Her on the floor.
I mean, even down 30, you can learn a lot. And how better way to learn it against a really tough team.
And that was so much better. Ava Pulsford showed, even though it wasn't her, she flashed just enough, had a hand in it, that they take away that passing lane. Before, earlier in the game, we were playing off and giving those lanes open. Ava flashing in, getting a hand in it, then dropping back to her man.
Wasatch themselves with only one starter on the floor at the moment. That was an attempt to get it into Garner down low, was stolen. Here comes Springville. Wasatch in a man. Springville most definitely taking their time. 2:20 left in the game. There's a three-point attempt, no good. Eva Pulsiver comes down with the rebound. Grace Wonder's going to take step in.
Look at stop.
Grace Wonder.
What I like is she's...
And this is kind of a
they're going
sign.
to call a foul.
Oh, that looked like it was blocked.
It looked like a block to me.
Kenna Garner going to get charged with that. There's a sign of really what things were like tonight. That shot by Grace Wonder was her first basket of the night.
Oh, wow, yeah. And I like her step in on it, and it's a great-looking shot by Grace.
Shooting free throws for Springville, number 21, Millie Thompson. Thompson is a freshman. She hits her first. Checking in for Wasatch, again, looks like the benches, both teams playing. That's number 23 for Wasatch, Kate McClatchy. And also number 15, Chloe Moore.
Yeah, these are good moments for them, too. Like you said, there's always something to learn and coach, and a good team. Good game. This is a great opportunity for the young ones to come in too and get a feel for this pace and a varsity atmosphere. And
Springville looks just the same. They obviously, well coached, know what they're any player. There's almost a near steal for Wasatch. 1:23 left here in this game that has been all Springville from about 5 minutes into the first quarter. There's a steal, near steal for Ava Pulsifer, and they're going to get.
She's going to get one.
Foul.
She's got very active hands. I'm watching her on defense, and she's just always flashing, always like a cat strike. You know, it's.
Checking in for Wasatch, also number 21, Jada Tustian.
The sister of Taylor. We got the two sisters on the floor. It's kind of fun.
Shot by Emery Cardoza for Springville, just off the mark. Springville gets it back. And 1:03 left here in this game. 53-21. The lead has been around 30 most of this quarter. Another shot just missed by Springville. And Wasatch Taylor Tustian comes down with the rebound. 43 seconds. And they get the ball down low. Trying to get it down low to McClatchy. And knocked out of her hands, so Wasatch will get it underneath their basket. They get the ball into Tustian. And they'll start again. 30 seconds left here. And this is just for a bit of pride, right, Coach?
Yeah. Something to build on, something to go into the locker room with, and give them an opportunity to in the atmosphere, in the moment of a varsity, and run your set.
15 seconds left for Wasatch. They're going to get it down to McClatchy. McClatchy's going to turn, look, and good.
Good baseline shot right over the defender.
Springville comes down quickly. They get a shot on a fast break. No good, and that's the game. So Kate McClatchy can say she made the last shot of the game.
Get in the books.
53-23. And all compliments to Springville tonight. Looking like the Region 9 first place team that they are. And they are looking what they've done to this Region 9. It's just that. They've been beating teams by 20 to 25 points. And the closest game was against Maple a couple weeks ago, where Maple got within 8, it looks like. So that'll be a fun game Tuesday night. That'll be Springville visiting Maple Mountain. As for Wasatch, they will have another home game this next Friday night. Sorry, this next Tuesday night, Tuesday the 15th of February. They will host Spanish Fork. And Wasatch looking to get back on track with the game against Spanish Fork. Spanish Fork currently in Region 9 in the last place at 0-7 and 1-14. So Wasatch will drop to 3-5 in the Region 9, and Springville will go to 8-0. Mighty Red Devils. And so, Corey, any last thoughts? Here tonight, you've said a lot about Springville. It's very impressive.
Yeah, I just watched a very good team play.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, but there's things for Wasatch, like we talked about even the last, 30 seconds there, not just for players' experience, but that's a great opportunity for coaches to run something and to see, maybe we tweak this, maybe we change this next time. Always something to learn and always something to see. But that was a really good team.
Yeah. Yeah, and my final thought is Wasatch, just looked a little intimidated, and which can happen for sure. And then just intimidation can just, it can, as you mentioned earlier, it can not only wipe you out mentally, but that goes immediately to the physical. And it looked like they were tired coming down the floor, which is not typical. And so probably just a lot of frustration. And like you said earlier, you hope that's just something you can learn from. And especially coming into the end of the year here, especially for that first week of state tournament play, you're going to face somebody good. And you can say, hey, I remember this from that game, and I can hopefully learn from it and use it. So, all right, well, final score, once again, Red Devils, Springville 53, Wasatch 23. And we will tell you good night from Wasatch. Thanks for joining us here on Stingtv. I'm Brent Martindale for Corey Lang, the director of Stingtv, and all the crew here. Great job. See you next time.